Oh, hello! I found this awesome dress tutorial from @CoolRipa here on YouTube, and it was this awesome infinity dress, and it's perfect for bridesmaids. My bridesmaids are Disney bounding their favorite Disney princess, and my roommate, who's also my maid of honor, asked me to make a dress for her out of this fabric because it's pink and blue, which represents Sleeping Beauty, which is her favorite princess. And as you can see, the sleeves are awesome because they're interchangeable. They can change into any style that you'd like that's whatever's most flattering for you, the wearer, and it's beautiful. So I'm going to be going ahead and making one for my mom as well, because she is going to be walking me down the aisle, and she picked out this fabric, which is so beautiful, so shiny and sparkly, which is very fitting for a queen, which she is. And what I did was I laid it out like this, and I took her measurements. So in order to, you have to find the length from the length of the skirt, basically, and then the length of her waist. So in order to do the waist, because we're going to be cinching the waist, you have to get measurements 3 times the waist. And then for the skirt, you want 1.5 inches extra for the length. And then for the waistband, make sure it's 1 inch more than the waist. And then I put 2.5 inches as the width of it because I felt like that's a nice, good width for her. So here I am measuring it out. I'm measuring out the length of it to make sure it is long enough for her. It actually ended up being a little too long for her taste, but I thought it turned out really pretty. And she wanted to actually Disney bound Maleficent, which I thought was really cool of her because she thought that Maleficent's a really, misunderstood character. She's not really a villain according to the origin story ones. And I thought it was really cool of her to originate that herself. So here I am cutting out all of the fabric length, just making sure it's nice and straight as possible. It's kind of tricky for me because I don't have all of the fancy tools that go with sewing, so I just make do with what I have. I actually just use pins, and what you don't see is I measured all along the length of it to make sure it's nice and even, or as even as I could get it, honestly. And so I just cut off the excess, and what I wanted to make sure that I had was the bottom part, which is extra, extra sparkly, and that was going to be the bottom of it, and I'll just use the rest for the waistband. It seems like there's a little less sparkle, which would be good because I want the concentration of the sparkles to be at the bottom of the skirt, and then this will just accent it. Accent it? Accent it? I don't know. Anyways, so then I cut out some liner too for the waistband itself. I didn't cut out any liner for the skirt itself. I felt like the fabric itself was already heavy enough, and she is not used to heavy fabric dresses. So now what I'm doing here is I'm actually just going ahead and gathering it by hand because I honestly don't know how to do it with a sewing machine. Maybe someone can teach me. If you can, that'll be awesome. I'm just going to go ahead and just make a nice gathering stitch all the way down the skirt, and then I scrunch up all of the pieces together, and now here I am just measuring it out against the waistband to make sure that I stretched it out and scrunched it up at the right measurement. Yeah. And then I put some stabilizer on the waistband. Stabilizer is really good because then it helps keep its shape. I made that mistake a lot with waistbands with other clothes that I've made, and it just looks really sloppy and messy. Since she's going to be in pictures and stuff, I wanted to make sure she looked really pretty. So I just went ahead and just sewed it on up, and then I flipped it inside out, and bada bing, bada boom, there is a waistband, nice and pretty. All I'm going to do is I'm just going to attach the waistband to the skirt itself, just like so, like that. And look how pretty that is. It's so nice. And I'm just going to sew all of that down. There's probably a better technique to it to make it look cleaner, but this was kind of an experimental thing, which I'm very happy that my mom trusted me with my experimentalness of this dress. Yeah. Anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and keep on sewing all the pieces together. And then I sewed on, I didn't show the sleeve part, but maybe I'll do a separate tutorial on that. And here is the final look. Look at how pretty that is. It's like business at the top, party at the bottom. Boom.